Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Gonna give you a very thorough overview of the article here. There's a link in the description if you appreciate the coverage. Please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. This is in regards to a tragedy, the murder of what is believed to be a juvenile. Believed to be a 13-year-old girl is the victim, we believe. Hasn't been fully confirmed, we don't know the victim's name. But it is believed to be a 13-year-old girl that was shot and killed on Friday by the scumbag that you see in front of you. His name is Joshua Cooper. He's confessed to killing somebody. He's been charged as an adult with criminal homicide. He's facing 2 further charges, one of possessing instruments of crime and another of tampering with or fabricating physical evidence. Again, to be tried as an adult. Well done, Pennsylvania. He's been held with no bond. Again, well done, Pennsylvania. So this incident, this tragedy, which involved the killing of what is believed to be a 13-year-old girl, happened on Friday. Now, with that, we're very much at the early stages of the investigation. With that, quite a bit of the details haven't been disclosed. Quite a bit of the details are still covered in some level of fog at this point in time. So we're going to tell you what we can tell you. Some of it may turn out to be slightly inaccurate. It is what it is. So I'll start off by telling you what I know as per this article. And that is that this scumbag here, 16-year-old Joshua Cooper from Pennsylvania, called an acquaintance, not even a friend. He called an acquaintance via Instagram video chat. And he said, Joshua Cooper said to this other teenager, "Hey buddy, I've just killed somebody. Here, let me show you." He flips the camera around. He shows the victim's dead body, or rather he shows the victim's feet and legs covered in blood. Joshua Cooper, this 16-year-old that's confessed to killing somebody, then asks the acquaintance via Instagram video chat, "Do you mind helping me clean up the crime scene? Do you mind helping me dispose of the body of this person that I've just killed?" Thankfully, the teenager that received the phone call, the video chat call via Instagram from this psychopath Joshua Cooper, thankfully that teenager did the right thing. They immediately called the police. I'll tell you the specific area. Bensalem Police Department were called, and they were informed that this teenager had received an Instagram video chat from someone that they know, Joshua Cooper, who had shown them a dead body. So the police acted extremely efficiently, extremely effectively. Well done, Bensalem Police Department. They arrived at Joshua Cooper's home, or rather his parents' home, certainly his father's home. They arrived there. As soon as they arrived, a juvenile male, presumably Joshua Cooper, fled the home, which is a trailer. He fled the home. Thankfully, other officers caught him shortly thereafter. He was arrested within the hour. Within 1 hour of the police, Bensalem Police Department, receiving the phone call from the teenager that had received an Instagram video chat from this 16-year-old killer, Joshua Cooper, Bensalem Police Department had captured Joshua Cooper. So well done, Bensalem Police Department. The officers went into the home, the trailer. They found a juvenile deceased in the bathroom. They had been shot in the chest. Seemingly 1 gunshot wound. The police also found evidence that the room had had some attempts to cover up the crime scene. Perhaps blood splatter was attempted to be wiped away. We don't know of any motive. The police have not disclosed the name of the victim. However, one report does suggest that it's a 13-year-old girl who's not a resident of the local town, not a resident of Bensalem, and does not seem to be a relative of the shooter, Joshua Cooper. Or the killer, should I say, Joshua Cooper. So we're going to go through a few more details, but I have to say at this point, the details that we'll go through from here on in very much are covered in fog. We don't know too much. There's a bit of speculation going on. So it is what it is. We'll just have to make do with what we're provided with at this point in time. So what we know is that the killer, the 16-year-old Joshua Cooper, has been largely cooperative with the police, perhaps fully cooperative. They have confessed to their involvement. They've claimed that it was an accident, that the situation was an accident. What we know is that Joshua Cooper had accessed the gun via his father's gun safe. How did he manage to do that? Well, he removed the batteries. He removed the batteries from the gun safe. That allowed for the gun safe to be opened. There's a little trick, which seems a little bit foolish to have that as a potential way to circumvent the security of a gun safe, but seemingly that's what happened. He removed the batteries. With that, he was able to access the gun safe. He removed at least one gun, by the sound of it, several guns perhaps. And he cleaned at least one gun. He fiddled around with the ammunition, so he was playing with the gun, or guns. Then he replaced the batteries in the safe. So he put that back together. And then a friend came over. The victim came over. But seemingly somebody dropped off the friend to spend some time as friends with Joshua Cooper. They hung out. They watched Netflix together. And then at some point, the victim, which we believe, but it is not confirmed, is a 13-year-old girl. At some point, the victim got up to go to the bathroom. We don't really know what happened from there on in, but seemingly, at some point, the victim, potentially a 13-year-old girl, likely, by the look of it, a friend of Joshua Cooper, the girl went to the bathroom and ended up shot in the chest. I would have thought that it would be pretty quick and easy for police to ascertain whether or not a gunshot to the chest would be self-inflicted. And I would imagine that it wouldn't have been. So I would imagine that Joshua Cooper was the shooter. That, again, there's a little bit of speculation on what I'm saying, but again, he has confessed and he has been charged with criminal homicide. So it seems to be pretty accurate speculation that he would have shot the victim in the chest and then subsequently tried to clean the crime scene, perhaps himself, likely himself, and then try to bring in an acquaintance, another teen, to help him further clean the crime scene and further dispose of the victim's body. He claims it was an accident. Perhaps it was, perhaps it was, perhaps it was. We don't know. I mean, it seems kind of odd that it would be murder, that it would be out and out murder. That seems to be a little bit odd to me. If they were friends, if the 13-year-old girl was dropped off to spend time with Joshua Cooper, that would indicate to me that they're friends of sorts. If they were hanging out watching Netflix together, that would indicate to me that they're friends. That may not be the case. Maybe Joshua Cooper was babysitting the victim. Maybe Joshua Cooper was resentful of that. Maybe he was angry with the victim for one reason or another. We don't know. As I said, there's quite a bit of fog, but it seems clear that Joshua Cooper, 16 years of age from Pennsylvania, is guilty, as he claims to be, of having shot the victim. And with that, he's been charged as an adult with criminal homicide. Full condolences to the family of the victim. We're not 100% sure if it's a 13-year-old girl, but, that has been reported, albeit not confirmed by the police. Full condolences to the victim's family, the victim's friends, their schoolmates. Anyone that knows the victim is going to be absolutely shattered by this, I guess. Condolences to Joshua Cooper's family as well. They're going to be shaken. They didn't want to be a part of this. The father had the guns in a gun safe. Okay, the gun safe was seemingly quite easily able to be tampered with, but that's not the father's fault. I would not blame the father. I would hope that the father does not blame himself. Condolences all around. And this scumbag at the beginning of his life has just thrown his entire life away. You know, apparently he's cried to the officers saying, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in jail. Yeah, let's hope that is the case. Let's hope that is the case. Certainly, I would imagine he's going to spend decades in jail. He's going to be charged as an adult. That's something that I personally support. I don't see why people should get a pass just because of their age. Certainly not when they're a young adult, and a 16-year-old is a young adult. So that's my opinion. He chose to do wrong. He chose to do evil. He chose to pull the trigger, seemingly. Allegedly, potentially. If that is the case, that he did choose to pull the trigger, then he deserves everything he gets. As I say, he's been charged with criminal homicide as an adult, along with a couple of other charges. But he does claim that it was an accident. Is that true? Could be. It could be. It could be. It could be. So the boy deserves his day in court, his day in trial, or his weeks in trial. I guess that's what his argument's going to be, that he did kill the victim, potentially a 13-year-old girl. But he's going to argue that it was an accident by the look of it. I'm going to wrap things up at this point, guys. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, and take care.